Are y'all upstairs?
Yes.
I need to... There we go. Oh my gosh, a Snug podcast is live. Wow!
You passed us. It's just me. Crazy's still not here yet.
That's because I'm turning in my quest. Hold, please.
Oh,
I put down the chair in the center for you, so that way it accommodates your tail.
You're so kind and considerate.
Also, if you have the Tamriel tomes where you need to look at books, go ahead and run around and just read books. It counts.
It does, yes. Ooh, Meridian boots.
I should get my tea.
A pitted, jagged fragment from one of Molov Ball's harvest hearts in Cold Harbor. 5 Dragon Room. Burning Spellweave Sword. Alright.
I wish they would touch up the HDR modes a bit. The default looks kind of dull and vibrant. Looks very washed out. And there's not, I don't know. Anyway.
Okay. Tome points to claim.
I think that this cat enjoys podcasting because she has gotten aware this, like, she doesn't want to lay in my lap all the time, but if I'm sitting in this chair trying to do this, that's when she wants in my lap.
Well, there's definitely worse things.
Well, but if I move at all, she gets up, so. Because she's very skittish. And it makes it hard for me to reach my devices to type on and to read from.
Where are there other books, Gwen? Can I read the same books over and over? Does it count? Maybe. Let's see. Yeah, it does. Hold on. Woo! I just had a lot of sneezing just happen. This feels broken. The fact that I can just stand here and read the same book over and over again for tome points feels broken. Okay, I gotta stop with the sneezing. That's enough of that. My goodness. Did we lose Gwen?
No.
I don't know either. Maybe she went to go get tea. That's what I was trying to say. Saying it poorly. Opening up Twitch. Twitch. Dream. Manager. Drops do be on still. That's right. Forgot. Well, someone typed in my chat. Hello and welcome.
Okay. I see me, I see a cat, but where's a crazy?
Reading the lore book 5 more times.
Okay.
Probably one more.
I can't even be mad. You can also, like, just click those while we talk.
I could.
There's one right up here on the other table.
Well, I didn't realize you could do it with the same one over and over again until.
Oh, you could test that theory.
No, I did. I just did. I stood in front of the same book and clicked it like a million times.
Hot.
Yeah. Okay. Un moment. Oh,
No,
your
my tea is
your
hot.
Tea is hot.
Yeah.
Hot.
The tea was hotter than I thought. After forgetting it when we were running and neglecting it, it was much, much hotter than I expected.
That is funny. Okay, I need to very quickly put my phone on vibrate, and yes, and I will just quickly do a social post. That way I remember to actually do it while we're in the show, not after the show. That was 2 weeks in a row that happened. It didn't ever send until we were like already a portion of the way through show, and that was annoying.
Mm-hmm. Especially because last week when we started the show in the night, like killing things.
Yeah, right. That one actually went though.
Oh.
Come join us at. Okay. Select all. Copy. Post. 3, 2, 1, posting. To the blue sky. Settings. Done. Post. Okay, post sent. Live happening. Notes open. Ready whenever you guys are.
Ready?
Y'all are ready?
Mm-hmm.
Is anybody's name Eddie? You know, ready, Eddie.
Nice.
Yeah. Alright then. Shall I? Meow. Welcome to a Snug podcast. You are here. Crazy's here. Gwen's here. Lyrinthus here. I'm here. But where we are is not actually in a snug pod. Not tonight, then.
Wow. That was a pretty good one.
Hi, Crazy.
Hi, Never. Welcome back.
Thanks. It's nice to.
Yes, hi, never
back.
is in never here. You're all rusty. You're just as rusty as that drummer
Oh.
scrap you were digging in for the past few weeks.
Wow.
She just called you out.
No, we're
Yes.
really glad to have you here. Welcome to the Night's Den. I hope you like what we've done with the place.
It's lovely.
I put
and
cake on the table for you.
And
that's-
grapes.
I will partake of grape cake later. It actually sounds pretty good. Grape cake. That might be a thing I need to convince someone who's better at baking than me to make. Just if you would, please make sure that all of these books remain airborne and don't fall on my head.
Well, that's why we sat you there. In
Right.
case we needed to knock a little lore sense into you. I'm kidding.
That might be appropriate. There's also a giant cat walking behind us. So,
That's the bouncer.
yeah. Is his name
That
Tigger?
is actually the bouncer, yeah. Jabbernook.
Is his name Tigger?
No. Why would it be
No.
Tigger?
Bouncer?
Because Tiggers like to bounce, yeah. I see.
That is accurate. Well, how is everybody? Everybody having a good night so far?
Perryite has once again blessed me, but that might just be because I've been hanging out with the Thousand Eyes faction. So, dang Daedrats and Skaven and tentacly things and vermin.
Yeah.
They're really sweet, but
You know, mice do tend to carry diseases, so
yep.
probably not the best company to keep.
But I am less than 500 favor away from finally having that bank unlocked in here, so that's exciting.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Nice. I'll let you play on my account next, so you can go ahead and knock that out for me too.
No. You just have to come in here and use my bank.
Because I'm about 4,800 favor away from it.
Yeah, but you still have pretty much a whole month. And the night market's only been out for like a month. So that
Yeah.
means
It's gonna come back.
You're doing okay. Yeah.
Is favor gonna carry over?
Probably not, because your faction will change.
What if it doesn't?
Well, let me put it this way. Your faction should reset, and you should be able to reselect who you want to be with.
Right.
Every time the market goes down and comes back up.
But the way my schedule works often is I might not be able to get to 5,000 at any point because it's apparently quite the grind.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it resets or if it's going to carry over at all. It's a great question. I actually don't know
Just
the
choose
answer to that.
whichever team sucks, because what was it we learned the other night? It was like you got 30 favor or something from an orb if you're in last place.
Yeah, you get more favor if you're in the team. Like, the team that is winning, if you're on that team, it's only like 5 favor or something each time. But if you're losing, then it's like 30. Also,
Yeah.
if you're losing, your stuff is worth more. Like
So
anything
just,
that you pull.
you know, choose the team that sucks, and you'll get what you want out of it.
I guess. Problem is, you can't really predict which team is going to be in last.
Just wait.
Well, it was really
that's
easy
true.
to tell which one was going to be in first this time, though.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of people selected Thousand Eyes, like, right off the bat.
It was that Arjax. Everyone loved Arjax the Mutilator. He was good Daedrat propaganda.
A-Rocks, you mean? The original?
that one.
A-Rock? Yeah,
Yes.
A-Rocks?
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. And I think just, like, with the way that we've been going in the plot lines and stuff, it feels like Thousand Eyes makes sense for Fargrave to me, but I think there's some of that. I think next go-around I'm going to choose Ruckus. That's what we're going to encourage next time around.
See, I would have chosen Goad.
I was going to go
chosen
Ruckus.
Of course you would, you're Kashyyyk.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but then I was told by the higher ups that I must play with the rats.
Okay, I
okay.
saw those notes, and you were not told you must.
I did not. I said select whatever you want, but we encouraged the guild to go Thousand Eyes.
Right, I can read between the lines. And,
Oh, okay.
And inject what wasn't said.
I don't know if that's how you run a guild, but that's not how I run a guild.
Listen,
If I
quite...
need you to do something, I'll just say, hey, could you do this for me? If I don't care, then I'll say, we did this, but you can do whatever you want.
Listen, I am quite good at putting words in other people's mouths. Okay.
Oh, I know.
This is a skill I am quite versed in.
Yes, we are. We understand you are a master at cooking with that alphabet soup.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes, and alphabet cereal, either one. In fact, I might even make soup with my cereal. Isn't cereal just a soup anyway?
No,
I mean,
because it's cold. Soups are specifically hot.
Are they? I mean,
Yes.
does a soup cease being a soup when you refrigerate it?
You know what's hilarious is if you were to talk to Rusty right now, this is one of the #1 icebreaker questions that he asks during trials. Is cereal a soup?
Well, there's a discussion to be had.
Yeah, but not this episode.
No.
Because we got to talk about Update 50 in Class Mastery.
Yes.
But first, we should talk about what we've been up to.
Well, yes.
What have you been up to? Where have you been vacationing? On the sands of elsewhere?
I would love to have been on vacation in the past 4 weeks. It's been like 4 weeks since I've been a month. Seems like that. I have actually been in an ongoing battle of wits with Sheogorath. And he's constantly scheming. And, you know, usually I like Uncle Sheo, but he and I have been having some bouts. And
That's unfortunate because he's coming in Update 50 as well.
yeah. Yeah, maybe by then I'll be a little more
Into cheese.
a little more equipped for that fight.
Okay.
But yeah, just life has been a lot of life, and so I've just kind of needed some time, and it's possible that over the next few months I may need more time.
And that's okay.
So just know I'm not dead. If I do die, I give them permission to tell you. So
Okay.
But we do have you tonight, and we did
Yes.
have you in the night market.
Yes.
We
And we got to
did.
show you around the night market a little bit. What did you think?
Well, I've ran around in the night market a little bit. It's cool. I haven't done a lot of the actual stuff yet. I did the intro quest, and then unlocking all of the areas and everything. But it's neat. I mean, it's very difficult. At least with my current build, it's not great. I think probably, but yeah, it's interesting to go into an area like that. If you were just to look at it as far as the type of content you think you're doing, you might go, oh look, more overland stuff, or at worst like a public dungeon, and then you go and fight a bug that has potential to kill you if you're not careful. So it's different. It's as far as like just having to use mechanics and stuff in an overland type area, which I don't know if it necessarily classifies as overland since it's an event zone, but I think it's pretty cool. I don't think I'll be able to get enough done this go around, but that's okay. How about y'all? What have y'all been up to? Gwen. Go.
So the last few days have kind of been a blur, because I had an IRL injury, and because of that, it made sitting and gaming too hard. Like the first day, I actually got to run a thing with Crazy and JT and Zill, and it did not go over well. I struggled through it for maybe like 30 minutes before I was like, I can't do this. But because of that, I also have been blessed by Perrier again. Yay. So I really haven't been doing much in the night market this week as I have been the previous weeks. I know I've been saying nothing but night market, everything's night market, it's all night market. I actually haven't been sitting and playing video games at all this week because it's just been hard. Though I did do a few little things now, like getting some of the lore books for the Tamriel tomes, which is cool because apparently, even though it says discover lore books, you don't have to discover them. You can just pick up and read lore books you've already read before, so that's nice. So if you don't have that and you want to get that one done, and for some reason you were smart and re-rolled it to have like 3 of that at a time, you should go visit my grand gallery over in the Rift and just read the bookshelves. Just keep clicking books and you'll have that all completely done in no time. Um, and then I still haven't done the trial or the dungeons for the night market yet. Those are on the to-do list. It might, just because we only have till 17th. I'm starting to think I might not be able to get to it this go around, but I'm hoping. I made a Drake, like, our in-game currency, like IRL. I made one. I made a little resin mold, and then I put them in the resin, and then I put the pieces together, and then I realized I didn't have any gold pigment powder, so I had to use black. But I actually think it turned out pretty okay. It's kind of messy. It's kind of messy. It is definitely not made by a mint coin printing machine. It was very Gwen the Bardley done. But you know what? I made it and I like it. And I think that's pretty much all I've really been up to this week that I can think of. It's been a lot of a lot of Elder Scrolls, a lot of fun stuff, but not a lot of actually sitting around and playing the game as much as I'd like. How about you, Crazy?
I also have not been playing as much as I would like because I'm still in my, hey, let's work 60 hours a week schedule. I did get to play a little bit the other day, though, because I had some weird switching back and forth between day shift and night shift. So what was happening is I would work till like 1 a.m. and then I would be off the next day, but then I would swap to a day shift the following day after that, and then I would work till 1 a.m. So I had like some daytime where I was off a little bit. So that actually allowed me to finish my relics over on the PC side, because I was really close to doing that because Matt and myself and Jimmy have been kind of hammering away at the night market slowly. We actually 3-manned an entire district the other day, which was terrifying. So Jimmy was tanking and Matt and I were DPSing, and it was just like the scariest, most invigorating fun time ever, because we went through and we literally did almost all of the bosses in Sorrows, which was kind of crazy. The werewolf boss, that was a wild time, because then we also had the calamitous boss get pulled in with it at one point when some people showed up at the end, but we basically pretty much did all of the bosses by ourselves, which was cool. So that was really fun, and Jimmy is crazy at taking. Like, that dude is wild. But yeah, it was a really fun time. Then I had some PC lore seekers who I'm real life friends with, and I noticed they were online, and I'm like, hey, because one of them messaged me and said, what are you doing? I said, I'm in the night market. What are you doing? He's like, oh, I haven't done the night market. I went in there and I had a really bad experience. Like, I was queuing for hours and I couldn't find anybody. And I said, were you in the proper event queue? And he said yes, but I was like, huh. That's weird, because I've not ever had that happen, so maybe it's the time of day that you're on or whatever. So I convinced him and the other friend to actually come back into the night market, and I said, I'm going to run you through, because I feel pretty confident now with like being able to find my way around the parch or whatever, if that's where you guys want to go. And he was like, okay. So ran them through, and we did 2 event zone, like, looking for group queues, or I built a group multiple times, and I needed to do the Parch skirmish, which is crazy with the mechanics a little bit and stuff. And I got a full group, and then one of the people in that group goes, hey, I will leave and make a second group. Don't pull until I come back with the full second group. And I was like, okay. That means there's 24 people here at the skirmish. That'll be awesome. So literally, like, a complete stranger made a second group and dropped in, same instance, came over, and then like they just yelled in zone chat, hey, we're here, and we pulled it, and we did the skirmish with 24 people. It was awesome. And a lot of the people stayed together then actually after that, and we did a boss rotation, and the 2 friends that were in Lore Seekers that had not great experiences in the night market were like, wow, this is totally different. I actually understand how this works now. Like, this is a way better experience. I can't believe that the groups popped that fast and that people were that kind. And I'm like, yeah, because the one guy said that every time he would group, he would get kicked out. Like, they would be like, oh, hey, we're going through the sand walls, and he's like, I don't have the fan, or I don't have whatever, and the groups would be like, okay, bye, and kick him out. So some of it I wonder if it was like those groups were running the dungeon piece and it was just labeled incorrectly, or maybe it was miscommunication, I don't know, or maybe he just found some actual like jerk players because of the time of day that he was on. But I was really, really thankful that we got them in there to be able to do that content and like feel better about it and more confident in what was going on, because they're people that are kind of like mostly solo players, and then they had tried it and just didn't have a good experience, so they were just going to walk away from it. But the fact that we were able to get some lore seekers in there and pull it together like was really, really nice. So it's something I've actually been talking with other people about, is Night Market has been kind of like a gateway to group content in some aspects for some solo players, and I've been seeing that sentiment kind of online, and I think that's really, really great. So there have been quite a few people that I've seen post that they were mostly solo players, and then they took a chance and got a group, and they liked the group so much that then they ended up joining a guild. And it's just been kind of that like cycle that I've been seeing online, and I think that's really, really great. So that was pretty much it for me during the week. I'm chipping away at it on PlayStation now too, but yeah, I still don't have my pursuit done either place. So that's gonna be the challenge, but I may not make it. I don't know, we'll see. So that's what I've been up to. A lot and a little all at the same time.
A little lot.
A little lot.
My
Yes.
house is on a little lot.
Nice. Wow. Oh, you.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know some people have celebrated birthdays recently? And
Yes.
sometimes
They
those
can check their email now.
This is true. This is true.
I can.
But also, when I think about birthdays, I think, there comes a point where we get close to like 50. And sometimes...
Yes, I'm encroaching upon CP, if that's what we're discussing.
No, I'm just saying sometimes in life we update to 50.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you were actually trying to do a transition.
He was trying to do a transition, but I thought he was trying to make fun of me for turning 40.
That's what I thought too. I thought he was
thought
just
that's where
trying to
this
catch
was
up on
going.
that because he wasn't here.
That's what I
Listen.
thought too.
I know better than to bring up age.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't care.
You might not.
It's normal to wish your friend a happy belated birthday.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, yeah, but, I don't have to make it
So-
public. The point was,
But
I was just using that segue, knowing you would know what I was hinting at, but also we have an update coming.
Yeah,
Are we
I
ready
had
to talk
my-
about it?
I had my update.
I have an update coming too,
Yeah,
but I'm not quite to the 50 yet. So
Well, neither am I.
yeah, you're a little further away than I am.
Yeah, you're closer.
So,
Anyway.
but as far as the game goes, we have an update.
mhm.
So, let's update 50, guys. It's
Coming on June 8th.
June the 8th.
Discover Update 50's player experience improvements. Your ESO experience receives further refinements with Season 0 and Update 50, including new player guidance, guild mailers, and more. Update for May 13th, 2026. A previous version of this article contained incorrect information about the duration of guild mailers, which has been corrected. Thank you for your understanding. The Player Experience Improvement Team has returned with a new series of additions hot on the heels of their massive Update 49 release. With Update 50 arriving June 8th for all platforms, the team continues the work to smooth out the wrinkles, remove inconveniences, and address pain points for your in-game experience. Read about some of the changes and additions to come below. Pursue a path to adventure. New and early game players can expect extra support on their first steps into Tamriel with the Path to Adventure Golden Pursuit. Similar to the Hero's Return campaign, the Path to Adventure uses the Golden Pursuit's framework to offer optional guidance and structure when getting started in ESO. As you get your new character going, you'll be introduced to the basics of common ESO activities and mechanics, and granted rewards to help you on your way. You'll also learn about everything from Mundus Stones to crafting, get a chance to explore delves and dungeons, and receive consumables, basic gear, and other helpful goods. New Guild Mail Tool. Coordinating guilds is going to become much easier in Update 50. Guild leaders and any other officers with the appropriate permissions will gain access to a new Guild Mail tool to share important messages with other members. This tool can help you schedule social hangouts, sort out your trial roster, allow officers to plan guild trader bids, and more. Guild mail can be sent across the entire guild or be filtered by rank. They have a 14-day duration, but can be deleted and resent at any time by a guild member of the appropriate rank for permissions to make sure they remain relevant to the guild status and plans. When you receive guild mail, it appears in a new section in your in-game mailbox. Each guild you join can have up to 5 messages active at once, with older messages removed as they expire. Messages near this point have a warning in red text to make sure you don't miss anything. The guild's name is displayed as the sender, and these messages are automatically color-coded to match what each guild has assigned in your chat window to make mail easy to sort through. Transmutation spreads across Tamriel. Transmutation, first introduced alongside the Clockwork City DLC all the way back in 2017, has become increasingly important to Tamriel's adventurers over time. However, the spread of transmute stations at which to perform this arcane science has not matched the growing value of the system. Update 50 takes steps to correct this, adding transmute stations to many new zones across Tamriel. You can, of course, still collect a transmute station in your in-game home for convenience, or visit the original station in Sothasyl's domain while you're there. But you'll also find stations in or near a number of Mages Guild facilities. You'll find these stations in the following hubs: Eldenroot, Stormhaven, Mournhold, Hrothgar, Vivec City, Alinor, Rimmen, Leyawiin, Gonfalon Bay, Necrom, and Ivea. Companion efforts. The efforts above are just the hardest hitting changes and additions coming in Update 50, but they are not the only improvements you can expect in this patch. For example, Companion XP gain has been slightly increased in general, and further increased when you have higher rapport levels with the companion being leveled. Finally, exemplary items, such as the Nirnhoned item awarded for completing the Craglorn Zone story, or the infused jewelry found in Sigil portals, can now be deconstructed for crafting materials like other gear. Update your experience. Continuing the work to improve your time in Tamriel, the above changes and additions are all part of Season 0 and will go live with Update 50. Are you excited for the patch to drop? Update 50 will arrive on June 8th.
Yes, I am excited for the patch to drop. What's the thing that you're both most excited about of what was just mentioned here?
The new transmute stations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, being honest, there's not a whole lot there that's super exciting to me.
Well, that's very true. I know, and
it's a much smaller update than the previous one was.
Right, because we're getting like story and stuff coming soon, so
yeah,
I think that's why.
I mean, the transmute
stations.
the transmute stations are cool.
I like the new look of them.
Yeah.
Also, 2017 was not that long ago. Why do we... Don't
years.
tell me how many... No, why did you do that to me?
That's the year my kid was born. Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, those are cool, but I mean, I have had one in my house now since probably 2017. Um,
Well, we're
so
not all so fancy, never. Okay.
well, the guild pitched in to make that happen, so that was a group effort. But actually, generally speaking, if I'm doing any kind of transmute stuff, I'm doing it in my house anyway. Um, the new look is cool, but I'm not gonna drop crowns on a new style
Right.
for and not something like
Oh,
that.
if it's more sleek and takes up less space, 100%.
Gwen's
Don't
like,
get
"I'm
me
doing
wrong.
it.
I
I'm
like
doing
I like Clockwork. I love you, Sothosil. You kind of are like the one of those three that I accept, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that thing's kind of chunky.
It is chunky. Okay, I'm gonna ask you a lore brain question, okay? This is one that Minwee brought up to me the other day when we were doing Lore Seekers and we were looking at that list. Which two areas listed on that list are not like the others?
You're gonna make me pull the list back up. Hold on,
Mhm.
please.
Which
So, Eldenroot, Stormhaven, Mournhold, Hrothgar, Vivec City, Alinor, Rimmon, Leowyn, Gonfalon Bay, Necrom, and Ivea.
is it Necrom
What
and
do-
Avea?
What do you notice about two of them on those lists? Ivea is one of them.
Okay. Is the other one then Alinor?
Nope.
No? Okay. I think my reasoning for why I was choosing the ones that I choose goes out the
Was?
window. I was thinking like other planes or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And which Ivea, I was trying to remember. I don't know that necessarily falls into another plane. That's why I grouped it with Alinor next when you said that was
Well,
one of them. Because
Ivea is technically missing if you've done the Mage's Guild questline with
Which-
Shadow.
which is why I linked it to Alinor. Which
Yep.
Alinor, maybe I'm getting that one mixed up.
You are. Alinor is the main city in Somerset.
Yeah.
What's the
You're
Okay,
thinking-
which other one?
You're thinking of the Sigic,
Yeah.
Artaeum.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're right.
This
Please
is a
hold.
fun. This is a fun trivia question because
Please
it took me a minute.
I think I have an answer, but I need to actually look at my map to think about it. Please hold.
So Avea's one.
I want to say Hrothgar
You nailed it. Why?
because it is a zone and not a capital city.
Nailed it. That's exactly what it is. All of them are cities except for Ivea and Hrothgar. Hrothgar should say Orsinium.
Yep.
Killed it, Gwen. Yeah, I did the same thing as Never. At first, I looked at it and I was like, maybe Necrom and, I think I said Necrom and Gonfalon, and I can't even remember what my reasoning was because it was like 1:30 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And then I was like, but I feel like that's not correct. So I was like, Ivea and I don't know. And then Matt was like, it's Hrothgar because Hrothgar is the zone, not the city. And I'm like, it's not interchangeable, the name?
No.
I mean, we all
It's
do it all
Orsinium.
the time, but it's
Yeah.
technically Orsinium.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we call it let's go to Hrothgar, right? But it's not. It's actually let's go to Orsinium if we're going to the main town.
Yep.
So there you go. That's our fun little trivia fact for the day when it comes to the article there.
Well, I guess I Bon Jovi'd that.
No, because let me tell you, I didn't get it right when I first looked at it either, because I was like, yeah, you were halfway there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Living on a prayer as well. Always. Me as well, my friend.
Indeed.
Anyway. Yeah. So, I think the biggest thing that is coming in Update 50 that everybody's been excited about, though, is looking at this class mastery piece. Yeah?
Now,
I don't know if
is that part of update 50?
sure is.
Okay.
Yep. So it's going to be a new passive skill line for each of the 7 classes. But
Yep.
we can read more about it.
This
You want to take
one's-
this one? Never? Or you want me to take this one?
I can take
Never,
it.
this is all you.
Sweet.
It's a little lengthy, not too bad. So,
Do you
all right.
want me to pick up somewhere for you? You want to split
No,
it?
no. I was just giving everybody a warning.
Yeah, the actual skill passives, there's 5 each, and there's 7 classes. So, it's gonna feel like patch notes a little bit when we get back there or down there, but that's okay.
Yeah. So maybe I'll read up to where it actually breaks, where it breaks down what all of them are, and then maybe as we go down through them, touch on them a little bit.
Sure, like stop after each one.
Yeah.
Sure.
That way, instead of trying to remember, which one was the one I wanted to talk
Yeah.
about? Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
All right, here we go. Discover how you can further focus your builds with Update 50's new Class Mastery system. Arriving with Update 50 on June 8th as part of Season 0, Class Mastery is a new way for you to further hone your builds while also being rewarded for your steadfast dedication to your class. Introducing a new passive skill line for each of the game's 7 classes, each containing 5 unique passive abilities. Class Mastery allows you to lean into the mechanics that make your class and build special. To make use of the Class Mastery system for one of your characters, you must first meet the following prerequisites. You must have reached level 50 for all 3 of your class's skill lines. You have to be a master of your class. And you have to be not actively using the subclassing system. Class Mastery options are hidden while using subclassing. With Class Mastery, you will feel more empowered than ever to hone your focus and specialize in your class's original suite of abilities. As mentioned above, each class gains access to a skill line with 5 new passives, but you receive only 2 Class Mastery points total. You must choose which passives to activate based on your desired playstyle. Many of the new passives buff or expand upon the abilities already found within a class's skill line. You can see the Class Mastery passives outlined below, but be warned, there's a lot here to take in. And there's a note update from May 14th. We have made some minor fixes and tweaks to the below ability descriptions based on recent changes. Alright, so we're going to start with Templar. Bastion of Light heals you for every second that Sacred Ground is active. If you are at full health after the heal, you generate ultimate while in combat. Devout Guardian gives you a damage shield while Sacred Ground is active. This shield also grants health, magicka, and stamina recovery while active, and if it breaks, you gain ultimate. Bright Harbinger upgrades rank 2 of Illuminate to grant the affected group members weapon and spell damage, with a greater increase for you. Judgment's Brand upgrades rank 2 of Burning Light to increase your damage done with Templar abilities a few seconds after activating. Steadfast Candescence increase the amount of damage you can block while stationary and causes you to gain Sacred Ground while bracing. Alright, so there's a couple of things that you can kind of see where you can pick and choose certain ones that will kind of complement each other. Those first two.
Yeah, like an if-when. Yeah.
Yeah, Bastion of Light and Devout Guardian both buff Sacred Ground. So you've got one that heals you for every second it's active, and one gives you a damage shield when it's active. But then you can also go down to that last one. You gain Sacred Ground while bracing. So you could pair Steadfast Candescence to gain Sacred Ground while bracing, to then also give you one of those other things that while Sacred Ground is active At least I would assume that that's how that would work together.
Yeah, Templar tanking right there.
Yeah, so that is that's pretty cool. I'll open my stuff up real quick. Do I have? Huh. Sacred Ground. That is a passive. Okay. Well, I need more time to think on that because that's already a passive. It's not an actual skill. Sacred Ground, while standing in your own cleansing ritual, rune focus, or rite of passage area effects, and for up to 4 seconds after leaving them, you gain minor mending, increasing healing done by 8%. Also increases the amount of damage you can block by 10%. So that's a passive that it's buffing there, apparently.
Yep.
So anyway, so some cool stuff there. Templars kind of have a lot of things where they're just kind of throw down a thing on the ground and stand in it, and you can just sort of stand in. It makes it so you can stand in right in the middle of a fight, and just soak up damage. Now they're not known for being the best tanks, obviously, but this is going to probably help that. Whether or not it shifts the tank meta over from, I guess Dragon Knight's probably still pretty dominant. At least last I heard. Then this will probably be, or this may not necessarily overtake that, but should definitely help. Any thoughts on Templar?
I don't really well, I do have one, but I don't play it a lot. But yeah, I mean, again, I think that this class mastery stuff is fun because I think they're really trying to lean into the I don't want to say role play, but sort of like the basis for what these classes mean,
Character flavor.
Yeah, it's character flavor, and I love that.
All right.
Sorcerer, let's go.
Sorcerer. Conservation of Energy upgrades rank 2 of Blood Magic to also activate off any ability with a cost, excluding cost per tick abilities, and to also restore magicka and stamina upon activation. Font of Power upgrades rank 2 of Exploitation to also activate off any sorcerer ability and grants you weapon and spell damage based on your max magicka or stamina, whichever is higher. Static Reverberation causes your damaging attacks to have a chance for every percentage of missing health the target has to trigger an additional hit of shock damage. This chance is further reduced for every permanent pet you have active. Calculated Darkness. Gain a damage shield when you use a sorcerer skill with a cast time. The strength of the shield is based on your max health. If the shield does not break before its duration runs out, you and nearby group members gain bonus weapon and spell damage. Sphere of Influence causes your damage shield abilities to grant an additional damage shield to the target that absorbs a percentage of max health as damage, scaling with the higher of your max magicka or health. Targets also gain health, magicka, and stamina recovery. Thoughts?
Sorko boom.
So, Static Reverberation sounds fun.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of, I don't know, is the typical sorcerer
running all like a million pets?
Yeah, pet builds.
Mm-hmm.
I know that was...
There's a lot of heavy attack sorks with pets attached. Matt and I were discussing this, and we were like, is that a typo? Do they mean that the chance is reduced for, like, or is increased for every pet you have? But I think they're trying to make it spicy, and they don't want you to have, a Twilight and a Clanfear and a this and a this and a this. They want you to, like, take those off to give additional lightning or shock damage or whatever.
It is only Twilight and Clanfear. I mean, technically, you also have the Storm Atronach, but the Storm Atronach
Well,
doesn't.
that's what I mean. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's an
that
ultimate,
one
though,
doesn't
right?
stay around all the time. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's just a quick summon.
Yeah.
Well, there's
I don't-
also. Well, okay, so permanent. I guess most of your sets wouldn't be permanent
yeah.
pets. So, but I think what they're going for there is probably a little bit of also just trying to eliminate the reliance on pets. If
Right.
if that tends to be what you have to do, it's like actually this is stronger if you don't use pets. So don't do this with pets. Do this without pets.
What are
and
you
benefit.
talking about? I'm a horrible DPS. My pets are a really good DPS, though.
Well,
Somehow, I think your definition of horrible and other people's definition of horrible don't align, Gwen.
but they've also got some stuff in there for damage shield synergies, where you're getting damage shields when you do certain things, and damage shields do extra things. So that's pretty cool. Does anybody know off the top of their head what blood magic does?
Nope.
Me either. And we won't look that up right now. And exploitation is also a passive that apparently was removed at one point, but got added back in. I guess sometime recently, or maybe this is going to add it back. I'm not really sure. I remember hearing in some of the discussion about this that exploitation was something that they had taken out at one point because I guess it was too strong. So
That I don't know.
I think it's that skill. I may be wrong, but I think that's the one that I remember hearing talk about. Anyway, moving on, we got Nightblade next.
Woohoo!
So I bet we've got a few people here that can talk about that. Nocturnal Inspiration upgrades rank 2 of Hemorrhage to have a chance equal to your weapon critical chance to grant you ultimate. An eye for Exploitation increases your weapon and spell damage and reduces your damage taken, both based on your target's missing health. Above and Beyond increases your critical damage and healing. It also increases your maximum potential critical damage and healing. Cutthroat's Focus causes you to briefly dodge incoming attacks when activating a Nightblade ability while bracing. Dodging any attack through any means causes your attacker to take increased damage. Share the Spoils upgrades rank 2 of Transfer to double the ultimate you gain from it, while also granting the nearest group members Magicka, Stamina, and Ultimate upon activating.
You know what I'm seeing? Nightblade tanks and healers making a comeback.
Yeah.
Nightblade tanking with a couple of those would be awesome. Like the Cutthroat's Focus, like bracing and then activating automatically dodges. What? That's awesome. And then like
doesn't say anything about a cooldown there either.
yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see, but and then like the increase to crit damage or healing, or giving you nearest group members Magicka, Stamina, and Ultimate where they activate it. Like these skills look really cool to me. So the reduction of damage taken as well based on missing health. Okay.
It says based on your target's missing health.
Yeah.
So
it gets stronger the weaker they get.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
So if you're-
they're bleeding out, they're losing strength.
Right, exactly. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, that's a cool flavor.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Like I kind of want to try like a Nightblade tank. I mean, it's a whole different mindset in the way that you're using the siphoning abilities and stuff, but I know there are people that really liked doing it in the past, but then it just kind of got nerfed so far down that a lot of people didn't do it anymore. And this looks like it's making it sort of reasonable again to have a Nightblade tank or healer, and I think that's pretty cool.
Gwen, you play around with the Nightblade a little bit, don't you?
Oh, it's just a sneak.
I don't see much in here about the sneaky sneaks.
No, but there's a lot of crit damage, and then the like I said, the dodging stuff, which again is like flavor text for a Nightblade. But yeah, I think maybe having some of this will allow you to, potentially look at which skills you're actually setting on your Nightblade bar, which is cool.
Cool. Alright, Dragon Knight.
On to the DK.
On to the DK. Inexorable Descent. Upgrades Landslide to also grant potency to damage and healing done, and damage shield strength per stack. Potency 2 means this bonus applies to the base calculation of these events, causing it to become multiplicative with other bonuses. Booming Voice upgrades rank 2 of the Storm Voice to also grant health, magicka, and stamina recovery per ultimate spent. Wildfire Embers. Your Dragon Knight damage over time effects now apply an additional dot when they end. This effect stacks, increasing in damage the more stacks you apply. Resolute Defense. Increase the amount of damage you can block by every second you remain bracing. Blocking has a chance to restore stamina. Lead from the Front. Upgrades rank 2 of the Storm Voice to also apply Major Berserk and Protection for a time, depending on ultimate spent to you and group members. Blocking has a chance to restore stamina.
Yup.
That's stupid.
Yup. The Wildfire Embers
No,
one,
that makes
too?
total sense.
Wildfire Embers? Think about those long fights. Like, think about the night market fights, where you're applying, if you were a DK, you'd be applying multiple dots.
Mm-hmm.
If those effects stack, and they're increasing in damage,
Mm-hmm.
you got a long fight, like a 5 or 10 minute fight, you're gonna be hitting hard.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, and what I meant was that that could be crazy good, that restoring stamina thing. Yeah, that's got
Could
some.
Could be trolly in PvP though, depending upon how it works.
Yeah.
Listen, DKs are already the true master class over in PvP. We all know that. Just let them have it.
You're not wrong.
Let's see. So, Booming Voice can grant health, magicka, and stamina recovery, and also apply Major Berserk and Protection. If you pick those two. So, I think, let's see, looking at that top one, Inexorable Descent, upgrades Landslide, grants potency to damage and healing done. That with Wildfire Embers sounds like it could be pretty strong. So, yeah, it's cool stuff there. Alright, Gwen, I'm expecting you to educate us on some of this stuff now. This is your warden, right?
Oh, here we go. This is great. This is my favorite. Can I read this one?
Sure.
Note, the Warden's passives are generic and number focused while we work on class refresh experience for the class. Expect changes when the class refresh is complete. Ignore everything. Alright, so let's go. Tundra's Maw. Upgrades the chilled status effect to apply Major Brittle upon application. That's nice, because that means you don't need to have certain gear in order to actually do that. Wild Adaptation increases your weapon and spell damage for each status effect your target has on them. Note, this can also apply to friendly targets. I could see how that will go over already with some Warden things for excellent healing. Glacial Obstinance upgrades Bond with Nature to also trigger off activating Winter's Embrace abilities and causes the effect to grant you weapon and spell damage if you are at full health after a heal. Green Keeper's Hide reduces your damage taken from every status effect on your attacker. And Bountiful Harvest upgrades rank 2 of Nature's Gifts to grant you and your group major heroism and additional magicka and stamina.
Woo!
You want a heal tank? This is how you get a heal tank.
I was just gonna say, wardens are gonna be nasty. Nasty. In a good way. Tanks. Wow.
That's what it is. You're getting a heal tank. Not that they weren't already heal tanks, but now you're definitely getting a heal tank.
And you don't have to worry about how to apply brittle. Like
Yeah, because that a lot of the warden stuff when it comes to the Winter's with Spite skill line, which is definitely the tank skill line, but is the weakest of the skill lines, I'd say. It's because in order to get that extra effect damage, you have to have certain gear added or certain weapons equipped, and then pay attention in order to do that. But by putting that in, that lets you free up that slot to add something else and to give yourself a different status effect or another buff instead. So that's nice.
Yeah, I'm seeing some stuff that could potentially, like, as far as combining different pure classes, lots of increased weapon and spell damage. We may see some kind of crazy high numbers because these don't have names. They're just increases to the stat. So it's not like Grant's named buff. It's just have some more weapon and spell damage.
And the fun part with the Warden is hi, these are generic. We are still changing these because we're currently working on Warden changes. So they could even get more crazy.
Well, and I was talking about this the other day. The fact that we're getting this in the middle of a rework is kind of crazy, but I also wonder if they're trying to implement some of this now so that when they do the actual rework, they only have to do these passes once, potentially, for major bits and pieces. They won't have to go back again and be like, oh, yeah, that's right, we got to do now, worry about subclassing and pushing class mastery later. No, if they do the class mastery now, then when they're doing the initial reworks, they'll have a better grasp of numbers, probably, from the beginning. At least I would hope.
Yeah. And, once they do some of those reworks, they may completely scrap some of these too, so we'll have to wait and see on that. So, but what we're getting with that already sounds pretty cool. So, all right, ready to move on to the Necromancer. All right. Necromancer, Nothing Wasted, upgrades rank 2 of corpse consumption to grant a stack of Nothing Wasted when you consume a corpse. Each stack of Nothing Wasted increases your max health, weapon, and spell damage. Stacks of Nothing Wasted decay in sets of 3 rather than all at once. Malevolent Promise, upgrades rank 2 of corpse consumption. When you consume a corpse, you mark the nearest non-player enemy with Death's Touch, allowing you to use corpse-consuming skills on them. Using this effect triggers rank 2 of Death Gleaning and rank 1 of corpse consumption's ultimate generation. Cycle Unending, upgrades rank 2 of reusable parts to also increase your potency of damage done based on how much more health you have than your enemy. Pound of Flesh, grants you a chance when taking damage to restore health and some of your missing stamina, up to once every second. This chance increases for every percentage of missing health you have. Veil's Forfeit activates when directly healing a target below 66% health, which allows you to use a corpse-consuming ability against them. Passively increases the duration of any source of major vulnerability you apply.
My
Okay.
Necro Tank build is absolutely very excited for getting Pound of Flesh. Pound of Flesh, and Cycle Unending. Reusable parts to increase your potency of damage done based on how much more health you have than your enemy. Without my bonuses, she has like 50k health.
It grants you a chance. Pound of Flesh grants you a chance when taking damage to restore health, so you'll actually just heal when you take damage.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Stupid awesome.
Yeah, that could you know.
And then because she's a Magicka tank, that will totally help with the stamina sustain.
Mm-hmm.
Wild.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
So let's see, corpse consumption. You can use, where to go? Allowing you to use corpse consuming skills on them. Okay, I haven't messed with the necromancer much. Help me understand what that's saying. What are the corpse consumption skills?
Well, there's
I guess
one of the skill tree. Actually, it's a couple of different skill trees. There's like when you bad guys, you kill them, right? There's bodies laying around.
Right.
They'll shoot up a blue line to show that you can use them.
Right.
Remember, you reduce, reuse, recycle, reanimate, right?
Okay.
So for the reanimate aspect of this, that blue light shows that you can use that corpse, and you kind of like synergize with them, and it lets you use them for different necro abilities.
So you'll be able to use not dead things for activating those.
Yes, you'll be able to use dead things. More dead things. When you consume a corpse, each stack of nothing wasted increases your max health, weapon, and spell damage.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I just haven't looked at any of those necro skills in a long time. I have one, but I haven't really touched it. Yeah. So that whole restoring health when taking damage thing sounds crazy.
It sounds like it's turning you into a DPS tank, where you can like stand there and take hits and just keep going. That's what it sounds like it's trying to let you do, which that might just be my mindset, because that's what I already tried to do with my necro tank build, but that really just pushes it the extra bit to make it more sustainable, and so that's nice.
So hopefully after reading a bunch of this stuff, we'll start seeing problems with everything just being the complaint's going to be everything is just too tanky now.
Too OP.
That'll be the PvP complaint, is everything is just too tanky.
No, it's not too OP. That's just me being this is just my interpretation.
Right.
My brain going, I will survive. This is how I'm gonna survive.
And last on the list is the Arcanist. Abyssal Emergence. Upgrade your Arcanist abilities to immediately generate Crux upon activation, while also granting weapon and spell damage after activating. Fate Realigned. Upgrades rank 2 of Implacable Outcome to also generate Crux upon activation and to grant weapon and spell damage. Unbound Potential. Upgrades rank 2 of Fated Fortune to also increase your damage done. Erudite's Rigor. Upgrades Fate Woven Armor to also apply Minor Cowardice to your attacker and Major Vitality to you and your group, while granting you ultimate based on the amount of Crux you have. Inkscribe's Verve enables you to generate a Crux when you heal or overheal while in combat. Generating Crux this way applies major force to you and your group.
I'm so excited.
All right.
Arcanist book go brrrr.
You are a resident Arcanist, Crazy. What do you got for us? What's your interpretation here?
Okay. Well, anything that gives me Crux immediately sounds amazing, because the more Crux you have for certain skills, the more powerful they are. So, like, if you have your Crux fully built up when you use your book beam, for example, it hits harder. Stuff like that. So that Abyssal Emergence, where you're using your ultimate, like your Arcanist ultimate, like I use more as that's just going to be absolutely gnarly. And then, let's see, increasing damage done. Jeez. I mean, I feel like it's going to be lethal. Like, it's going to feel like I think when Arcanist first came out, remember how OP it was? Like, it felt very, very, very strong. I feel like we're going to kind of go back there a little bit, too. Inkscribe's Verve enables you to generate a crux when you heal or overheal. That's great for the healing beam. And giving it a way to apply major force to you in your group. Yeah, sure, why not? And same thing with Vitality, with the Erudite's Rigor. I don't know. For me, if I'm looking at this on my DPS Arcanist, because that's what I have, it would be one of the first two for sure. And then, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would probably take one of the first two and then the third one. Or even just the first two, because they're for different things. They generate crux either on activation of a skill with weapon and spell damage, or, you know, generating crux with your ultimate. So, yeah.
So I just pulled up the implacable outcome.
Mm-hmm.
So where was that? Fate Realigned. Upgrades rank 2 of Implacable Outcome to also generate crux upon activation and to grant weapon and spell damage. Implacable Outcome is when you consume crux, gain 2 ultimate. So when you consume crux, just go ahead and just generate
get
some
crux
more.
Again. Yeah, it's like, hey, you didn't even use it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? That's what's crazy about it. It's like a permanent path to murder Doritos.
Yeah, that's
sick. I can't wait.
There's so many. I'm seeing so many weapon and spell damage buffs in here.
Yep. It's because they're trying to pull it up, because what was happening is subclassing.
Right.
Because you were able to get, you know, weapon and spell damage from all the multiple classes was just, you know, you could stack everything. But then if you were in a true class, you kind of lost out on that a little bit. So I feel like they're trying to go back and pull it up, at least to be comparable or similar.
So do all the so I guess I wasn't really thinking to pay attention to this as we went. Do all of these weapon and spell damages increases only apply to you? Is that how all of them worked?
There are a few of them. Usually if it applies something to a group, it says applies to you and
right. Yeah, I was just going back and trying to skim over. Well, the Bright Harbinger for Templar grants the affected group members weapon and spell damage with a greater increase for the player, for the caster or the Templar.
And Wild Adaptation increases weapon and spell damage for each status effect your target has on them, which includes friendly targets. So if you can put positive status effects on your friends, that increases your weapon and spell damage.
Right, that's still increasing just yours, though. It sounds like
that's true.
Which, so it's not. My initial thought when we were going through this was, when I was seeing all those, was thinking that you'd be able to pair up and be giving each other a whole bunch of extra, but it looks like that's not going to necessarily be the case. It's just going to increase your own for the most part, with maybe a few exceptions like that Templar one, but yeah. All right, cool. So we'll finish out the article real quick. Phew! Note that these are just outlines of how each new ability works. For a full breakdown of the numbers behind each new passive, check out our patch notes forum when Update 50 launches on June 8th. Furthermore, the team plans to continue to update and improve the above abilities based on player feedback, class refresh work, and how they're being used in-game. Stay tuned. Mastery is rewarded. If you're a fan of playing pure classes, the new class mastery system rewards your dedication with powerful new boons. Don't forget, you need to have reached max level for each of your classes' 3 skill lines and not be using subclassing to make use of the new abilities. Have fun tuning your builds and be sure to share your tweaks with us on the socials. So far we've only gotten Dragon Knight as far as the class refreshes go.
Yep.
So
Warden's coming next.
Warden's coming next, and they pointed out that there may be changes from what they've got here when that refresh is done. We also, I guess in that same, we may also see some changes to some of the others once those class refreshes also get done. But yeah, for the time being, this sounds pretty good. We'll have to wait and see, obviously, as far as if it's going to bring pure classes up where subclasses are, or if they'll have to do any more tweaking to either further bring them up or bring subclassing down somehow. Hopefully we don't go that route. It's not a lot of fun to have a build that suddenly gets weaker. But
right.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing around with being a pure class again. I haven't been doing that in a while. But some of that's just because I like having variety, mixing that stuff up. But being able to go back and play around with, getting back into tanking some and, being able to actually pull from Templar abilities to make a, fairly strong tank might be kind of fun. So, yeah. All right. And that was kind of it.
Which is good, because we're over an hour anyway.
Yeah. What about Laura?
I didn't grab any, but I might be able to.
Well, while you're looking, I can go ahead and tell you.
I got this.
That, you've already got it?
Oh yeah, no, there's this book that's sitting over here on the table.
Okay, I'll hold my thought then.
Alright. So this book is Cheeses of Tamriel by Master Chef Gilbert Laracook. So, if you're like me, the very word cheese stirs you. Maybe recall meals shared with family and friends, favorite dishes in the cold of winter, or a simple snack in the shade of a tree while traveling. I'm here to tell you how much there is to cheese than you ever realized. Join me on a journey across Tamriel and discover a breadth of culinary experience you've never imagined. Let's start simple. Ader cheese, popular in Skyrim, is eaten by the Nords alongside hearty spit roast meats. They do not share the refined approach to cuisine that we Bretons take, but I have discovered that Ader's rich, earthy flavor and creamy texture are quite conducive to sauces. Tried with pulty dishes or paired with young Colivia. For a more exotic taste from Skyrim, you must seek out cheese made from the milk of mammoths. Only the truly brave can obtain it from the giants who craft it. Yes, giants. Who do you think could milk a mammoth? But its restorative potential and robust flavor make it well worth a bit of risk. I've heard it called an acquired taste, but you'll be amazed at how it completes a hearty stew. As a student of Breton culinary tradition, I cannot rightly count it among true cheeses, but Scuttle bears mention for the adventurous. This delicious treat is crafted from don't bulk, the flesh of beetles native to Morrowind. Do not let its composition or greasy texture turn you away, for its peppery, complex richness is loved by dark elves for a good reason. For an energized snack, you must try Elsewhere Fondue. There are countless variants of this dish, but the basics are always the same. A good cheese, strong stock, and, of course, moon sugar. Keep your pot on a low flame, and be careful not to overdo the ale. The best part is experimenting to find your favorite combination of ingredients and dipping foods. My advice, try adding a different herb every time. The subject of melting, Redguard's crafted cheese with an unusual quirk. They keep the secrets of its culturing process close to heat. but love to surprise foreign guests by serving it. It is known as shrieking cheese. When it is melted to a certain point, it actually lets loose a jarring scream. In a common dish, small blocks of cheese are added atop spicy meat as it cooks in an open pot. When it shrieks, it's ready. Another rare treat, should you ever be fortunate enough to find it, is the legendarily aromatic orally cheese. To give you just the slightest idea of how wonderful this cheese is, I do not exaggerate when I say the scent of it alone was worth the many false leads and months of traipsing across southern cereal in search of it. Look at all these cheeses, in wheels, wedges, and slices. So many, and it's only the beginning. There are even more cheeses out there, but waiting for you. Even if you can't make long journeys in search of these delicious creations, I hope that reading about them encourages you to try as many cheeses as you can find. There we go. Cheeses of Tamriel.
I love cheese.
Which is one of the things that you can get in the book pack in the Tamriel tomes.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I believe so.
Nice.
I believe that's where I got it.
Very cool. Well, do you want to carry on and ask about the Dwemer, or shall I, since you just read?
Go for it. You ask about Dwemer.
All right, Never. You've been gone for a little bit. Where didn't the Dwemer go?
I was going to say that a moment ago that I have not seen the Dwemer so far in the night market.
Okay. Okay, that's fair.
Which,
no Dwemer in the
you
night
know,
market so far.
given that it is an area that comes and goes.
Well, that's because of Fargrave, Athelia shenanigans, I think.
That may be true. But
They are in Mirrormore, technically.
what if something took all the Dwemer somewhere into the night market, and that's why they haven't been able to find their way back, because it stays gone most of the time.
The Dwemer were the first Pathfinders. That would be funny. And a wild theory.
I'm full of those.
Yes, yes.
Don't disrespect Yiskamor like that. He rightly wiped out an entire race of people.
Wow. Oh my. Well.
How about the murder herbers?
Murder hobos.
Fair. Alright. So, no more murder hobos. Does your character ever go back and visit their friends? With having now Solstice 10 years in the future and the Thieves Guild continuation coming up, what does it look like when your characters go and check on their friends from their previous adventures? Which friends would you go check on, and what does that look like?
Razumdar.
Same.
And what does it look like? He's like, Walker, good to see you again. That's what that looks like. I would offer him a sweet roll.
I just picture me and him like hanging out somewhere in view of the beach, leaning against the wall, flipping coins together.
I like it. I like it.
Too lazy Khajiit being lazy Khajiit.
I also love going back to Solitude and checking on our lore seeker that's there. Coldeer, lore seeker, the NPC. I love going to say hi to her. So I go back and check on her and see if she's done any other research. But alas, it appears she's still looking for the same thing whenever I speak with her. I'm trying to think who else I would go back and visit. I don't know. The first one that comes to mind, like I said, is Raz, just because he's one of my favorite characters. out of all the storylines. What about you, Gwen?
I was just thinking about the what prompted it was what I talked about, the idea of seeing Darian in the future and stuff, and then going, depending upon how it ends, there's different places where you could find him. My character would definitely go and check on him in those places and the other people in those areas, if it was possible.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, those areas have not been aged up along with our storylines.
Yeah, that's very true.
And going back to the Thieves Guild and checking on Quinn and seeing how they've gone and seeing where they're growing would be interesting. It's one of those, are you a timid thief anymore? Or now that you've done it a bit, are you good at this?
I think you're very much going to like the Thieves Guild continuation. I touched it briefly on PTS. I did not do a lot. I just gave a little dabble, and I really liked it. So
the Thieves Guild is really near and dear to my heart. That was one of the ones where I used to play that. I fall asleep playing that one a lot because I'd get off of like a 14-hour plus shift, and then that was the one that was out at the time.
Yep.
So that one I have pretty well memorized.
Yeah. It's fun to see Quinn again and see the evolution of some of the characters. It's cool. So, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Well, did we do it?
We did it. Oh, I'm gonna go back quick to the Tamriel Tomes thing to confirm that yes, the Cheeses of Tamriel is available in your rewards pack on page 3 for 150 tome points, along with a bunch of other stacks as well. Or otherwise, normally it is one that you can purchase through the furnishing vendor in the Crown Store.
Awesome.
It's worth it to get for just 150 tome points on page 3 with other things.
Now I'm going to look.
Including the handbook for new homeowners, which we might read next week, because that is also a exclusive-ish book. For technically, it's not exclusive; it's what you get when you're like picking a place. But it's for furnishing purposes. This is exclusive.
Nice.
But yes, we did it. We did it.
Acquire gold.
We did it.
Oh, there we go. I bought it.
Good. Get the lore.
Ooh, Sigic Tome. Sigic Style Tome Edition. Sure. Now you got me over here. Sorry, in there. I'm getting distracted. Okay.
Books.
Books, and more books. And trying to sit down in a chair.
All right. Announcements. There's Tuesdays. They're treacherous. Where are they treacherous? A dungeon, a night market, some sort of crazy thing in the dark alert things of Tamriel that you need help from your fellow guildies to complete. Treacherous Tuesdays is just that. It is generally focused on, and originally was put together to focus on getting dungeons done and go through their storylines or achievements. However, it can go to any group treacherous thing where you require your guildie's assistance. And then Thursdays, we have Relic Seekers of Tamriel. Do you like treasure? So, do JT and Pocket. They love treasure, and they are seeking it across Tamriel on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central or 8 p.m. Eastern. And this is where you can join them and help seek and find treasure. This is generally focused on antiquity leads. And then Fearless Fridays with Arthuria Dragoon. This is where those who want to conquer and brave the contracts that you would find over by the Undaunted. We are undaunted.
We are undaunted.
In your capital city, where you can pick up those contracts and join for 7 p.m. Central or 8 p.m. Eastern on Fridays. Is this one going on or this week, or is this going to still be on break?
I believe this is on break for this week and possibly next week, so just be
All
aware
right.
of that.
Unfortunately, our friend Arthuria Dragoon has been daunted by real life, so she will not be officially leading it for this week for sure, and potentially next week as well. We will keep you posted. However, that you are still encouraged to group up and join each other and complete these contracts for the Undaunted, if you so choose. Now, these are
Yes.
just the guild announcements for the PlayStation North American server side of the Lore Seekers Guild. And if you are part of another portion of our guild, please join in the Discord or check on your respective platform and to see what things are going on in Tamriel for you this week as well.
Sweet. And you can find us, if you'd like to contact us, over on X at Snugpodcast. You can also send us an email that I can now officially read at snugpodcast@gmail.com. But where can they find us if they want to watch, Never?
Well, usually on the YouTubers, just search Snug Podcast, or also twitch.tv/snugpodcast. We generally stream live on both platforms simultaneously, and then you can also catch the video back at another time if you so choose on YouTube. So we have that backup as well. For the weeks that we do miss streaming live when I'm not here on YouTube, we also do try to export that video over there, so it will be there. And if you don't really want to watch, you can also just listen. Just grab your podcast app, search Snug Podcast, and you should find us there.
Yep. And if you'd like to join the guild, you can also head over to loreseekers.club. From there, you can go to the link for our Discord, join in. It's going to prompt you to read our code of conduct and a bunch of welcome messages. And then once you do that, it should DM you a little survey for you to fill out. We just use it basically as a place to make sure that we're not getting trolls or bots into the Discord to protect everybody. So fill it out to your best ability, send it on in, one of us will review it, and usually we get you added into the guild, hopefully within like 24 to 48 hours, but sometimes a little longer depending on the platform and who's available. So yeah, head on over if you think that we're cool, or you think that we might be fun people to run the night market with, or you think that we're absolutely insane and you want to teach us how to play this game. That's fine too. Come on over. Our loreseekers.club page has links to everywhere.
Well,
And one more thing. I missed our Blue Sky. We're also found on Blue Sky at Snug Podcast.
generally speaking, just at Snug Podcast everywhere.
Yep.
Well, not everywhere. We're not
Well-
on a couple of the main platforms, but for the ones that are primary text-based and not necessarily image-based, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah. That's what I mean. If we're there, that's how you find us. Snug Podcast. Well,
Cool.
so does that take care of everything? We all done now?
I think it does.
Okay.
I know.
So emotional
Sorry.
being
Just
back.
join us again next week.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Just-
We
I was
shall
gonna
see.
say, you just come back next week. We'll be here again. We miss you. We'll save you a seat.
We shall see. We shall
I'll
see.
bring more cake.
I'll eat more cake. Especially if it's this delicious grape cake. But bring me a
Yeah.
grape drink to dip it in. All
The
right.
wine.
All right. So, I guess that will wrap it up for us this week. If you've been hanging out with us, either live or you're listening or you're watching us later, thanks for letting us be part of your day. Hopefully, it's been fun, informative, and made your day a little bit better, maybe. Until next time, take care of yourself, take care of others, be a decent person, and we will see you soon.
Bye.
Sleep well, Tamriel.